I know that Tom was offended. I know that Tom was offended. I know that Tom is paralyzed. I know that Tom is paralyzed. I know that Tom is obstinate. I know that Tom is obstinate. I know that Tom is observant. I know that Tom is observant. I know that Tom is obnoxious. I know that Tom is obnoxious. I know that Tom is motivated. I know that Tom is motivated. I know that Tom is irritated. I know that Tom is irritated. I know that Tom is intrigued. I know that Tom is intrigued. I know that Tom is incorrect. I know that Tom is incorrect. I know that Tom is impressed. I know that Tom is impressed. I know that Tom is impatient. I know that Tom is impatient. I know that Tom is exhausted. I know that Tom is exhausted. I know that Tom is dishonest. I know that Tom is dishonest. I know that Tom is different. I know that Tom is different. I know that Tom is desperate. I know that Tom is desperate. I know that Tom is depressed. I know that Tom is depressed. I know that Tom is dangerous. I know that Tom is dangerous. I know that Tom is courteous. I know that Tom is courteous. I know that Tom is confident. I know that Tom is confident. I know that Tom is concerned. I know that Tom is concerned. I know that Tom is conceited. I know that Tom is conceited. I know that Tom is ambitious. I know that Tom is ambitious. I know that Tom is bilingual. I know that Tom is bilingual. I know that Tom was surprised. I know that Tom was surprised. I know that Tom is unfriendly. I know that Tom is unfriendly. I know that Tom is suspicious. I know that Tom is suspicious. I know that Tom is successful. I know that Tom is successful. I know that Tom is ridiculous. I know that Tom is ridiculous. I know that Tom is prejudiced. I know that Tom is prejudiced. I know that Tom is photogenic. I know that Tom is photogenic. I know that Tom is persuasive. I know that Tom is persuasive. I know that Tom is overweight. I know that Tom is overweight. I know that Tom is optimistic. I know that Tom is optimistic. I know that Tom is interested. I know that Tom is interested. I know that Tom is infuriated. I know that Tom is infuriated. I know that Tom is illiterate. I know that Tom is illiterate. I know that Tom is frustrated. I know that Tom is frustrated. I know that Tom is frightened. I know that Tom is frightened. I know that Tom is downstairs. I know that Tom is downstairs. I know that Tom is dependable. I know that Tom is dependable. I know that Tom is delusional. I know that Tom is delusional. I know that Tom is courageous. I know that Tom is courageous. I know that Tom is colorblind. I know that Tom is colorblind. I know that Tom is methodical. I know that Tom is methodical. I know that Tom is persistent. I know that Tom is persistent. I know that Tom is unbeatable. I know that Tom is unbeatable. I know that Tom was mesmerized. I know that Tom was mesmerized. I know that Tom is ambidextrous. I know that Tom is ambidextrous. I know that Tom is conscientious. I know that Tom is conscientious. I know that Tom was flabbergasted. I know that Tom was flabbergasted.